Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to do a flip through of my leather medium personal zip around planner in the lilac from Kikki-k. This is a zip around closure instead of a clip. I have got it undone to make it easier to flip through, but I thought I would do a flip through of how I have now finally reached planner peace, and I've been trying to find a system that works for me for the last, I'd say, about 2 years now, since about 2016 when I first came onto the planning side of things, when I came across the planning videos on YouTube, when I found Kikki-k, which is a sort of a Swedish touch onto stationery. We have got a Kikki-k Insider, which I'm not part of, but I do follow some Kikki-k Insiders. I'll post their links down below in the description, so you can go and check out their pages and have a look at what other information they have about Kikki-k. Now, in regards to my planning piece, I have come across Getting Things Done by David Allen. He wrote this book about getting things done a couple of years ago, and he's since then also published a few more books. But I came across his method through Bandy Michell Plans, which I'll link her down below, and a few of her videos as well down below, on using the Getting Things Done method in your planner every day. It is about being able to be in the moment, enjoying what's going on right here, right now, which means instead of when you're at a party, when you're at a school event for one of your kids, when you might be at uni, you're actually not thinking about what you need to get done because it's already written down. Now, there's a system to this. There's 3 steps that we follow that have been implemented, and Brandy explains it better in her video. So I'll post that video down below and how she's worked into her planning system, but I've taken some tips off of her, and I'm still learning more and more about the Getting Things Done method, and hopefully when I get my hands on his book by David Allen, I'll be able to have a bit more understanding about it. But let's go through a flip through and have a look at how I have it set up with the Getting Things Done method. The first thing with my planner is I have this little key ring which is hooked into the rings on the inside, and it's just from the Own Your Story collection from Kikki-k. It just reminds me to own my own story and follow my dreams, not follow anyone else's story. And I did get my name embroidered in the edge. There is a bit of a story about this, which I'll put in the description so I don't have to go into full detail, so you can read it if you like to find out what happened. So let's open this up and have a look on the inside. So as you can see, the only issue I have with it is it doesn't fully close properly, or say flat open, which makes it sometimes a little bit hard to write on the other side of the paper when I flip it over. But that's where these 6 rings come into it, and I can just unclip them and take the paper out if I need to. On this side is just the secretarial pocket, which just has some paper behind it, and then I have 3 pockets. At the moment, in this first pocket, I just have some colourful rainbow paper that I folded and stuck together, a photo of my daughter, and a paper clip. On this side, I have my pen loop, which holds my pen from a couple of years ago. It says, "Today is a good day," from the Inspiration collection from Kikki-k. All of this stuff in here is from Kikki-k, except for those post-it notes. They're just the normal post-it sticky notes. So this is my dashboard, which is in front of my 7 tab. On my dashboard, I just double side sticky tape or glue tape a to-do list, moon, and a 4-leaf clover and a small sticky pad. These are from the Count Your Lucky Stars range, the little sticky notes that Kikki-k provide. I thought they were just cute and colourful, so they could sit here. Behind that, I have my dividers. Now, I do have, as I said before, I do have 7. Each divider I have decorated myself using the Paper Lovers books. And this one is from the Count Your Lucky Stars Paper Lovers book. It was just really colourful, and at the moment I'm loving the neon colours and the blues and the purples. As we go through this, we will be talking about the Getting Things Done method and how I use that effectively in my planner and in my everyday planning. So let's jump straight into each section and see how I use the Getting Things Done method for myself and have planner piece. So in the first section, it is my personal section. So in here, I've just got my inbox, my next action, and then my list. So inbox is the first step of the Getting Things Done method. It is where you capture everything. So if I just go over to my list, you can just see the Getting Things Done method. So capture, write everything down that pops into your mind from your to-dos, any projects, any important dates. So at the very beginning, I just have some lined paper where I just write down anything that might pop in my head, and I'll just pop them straight on here, and then I will just go through and organize it in step 2. Step 2 is clarify. So you take everything that I've captured and decide whether it's actionable. If it is actionable and I can do it right now, I will do it right now. If not, then delegate it or put it on a list. Which means actionable, it means that you're able to do it right now and you can get it done straight away. If not, you try and put it on a list or you throw it away. So that's where it comes up to my next action list, which is right here. So I'm just using the Kikki-k to do paper, and all I do, I haven't got anything on here at the moment, but when I go through my inbox, I will write down anything that I'm not able to do presently that isn't time specific, which goes in my calendar. I'll just write down a list. So this is just the stuff that I know I want to get done, but I need to try and find time to be able to do it, whether it's steps for a project, whether it's a to-do list, whether it's an event that's coming up and I need to do a few things for that event, then I'll write them down here. Then I have my list section. So the first 2 sections in my personal with my inbox and my next actions, they're part of the Getting Things Done method, and then I have my lists. So let's just keep talking about the Getting Things Done method. The next one is organize. Work out where your action belongs. So you go through the next actions and you work out where it belongs. Whether it's a time-specific event, it can go in here. Whether it's related to a project, you just try and organize it and make time to get it done. 4, you reflect. You're checking your lists regularly, so you check your it goes back to number 3 when you organize. So you might have a separate list for your cleaning routine. So you might have written something on your next action for cleaning, and you go on here and go, yep, it's already on this list, so I can cross it off my next action list. You might have a list for shopping, and you remember you needed some milk, and you put it on your next action, buy milk. You put it on your shopping list. So that's where reflect goes, where you check all of your lists and make sure that you're crossing things off and getting things done. And then 5, use my system to take action. And this is what I've implemented to ensure that I get things done. So just a quick breakdown. So what I essentially do is I have my inbox, and then if I'm out and about, I'll grab out my planner, I'll write down things into my inbox. I will then get home, and then that night, while I'm planning in my, before I do my dailies, because I do my dailies over night time or morning, I will go through my inbox and create a next action for what's in here, if I can. If not, I'll just get rid of it. I go, yeah, I don't need to worry about that, that's already been done, goodbye. And then I'll also go through my next actions. And then once I'm in my dailies and doing my calendar section, which I'll explain once I get there, I will then refer back to this. So let's just go into the next part of my personal section. This is where I can keep all of my lists, and I just have a contents just so I can keep track of what lists I've got in here. So I've got my Getting Things Done method notes, I've got my daily routine, which I sort of follow, but I don't keep to a T because there's always things that can change in here. I have my 2018 focus, I have birthdays, and then I have my wish list, I have my book list of the books that I want to read, I have my St. George's bank details, I then have my cleaning routine, then I have my bucket list and my shopping list, and then I just have some random stuff that I've just written down here, and I haven't found a spot for it just yet. The next section is my calendar section. Now I'm just going to go straight to first sticky note. So this is my monthlies. So this, I just use the Kikki-k undated. I then date them. And then I use a colour code. So we'll just zoom in so you can see the colour code. So I have 4 colours. I've got blue, pink, red and black. So blue is for my daughter, pink is for any events that are coming up, red is for anything related to finance, and then black is any personal appointments that I might have. So I'll just quickly show you. I will put in red any bills that are due, like my rent, my Foxtel, my water bill, and when my pays are coming in. Blacks I'll use for important events, so if I have an interview coming up, I'll write that, or like my birthday. And then pink is for events, so sort of like an event, a Kevin Bloody Wilson event, Jeff Dunham event, and then blue is what is happening with my daughter. So she was going to be with a friend of mine that day, she's with grandpa that day, ECC starts. So I just use this to have a rough idea of what's happening, so I can have a look of a month and go, okay, yep, this is happening, okay, I can put this into my dailies. Now we'll jump into my dailies. Now I have been changing my dailies around a little bit, but I thought I'll just go through quickly and show you how they've evolved. I'm using the Bandy Michell Plans inserts. I started off with the week on one page and then a day on a page, and then I moved to a week on a page and 2 days on one page. So first you've got your weekly goals, and then you have your week undated, and then all I've done is anything that's time specific that I know is occurring that day, that is regular, I'll put on here, like any work schedules, any appointments, I'll put on here. And then if there's anything that I want to make sure that I get done that day, I'll do that at the beginning of the week. Then I have this week, which this week I was using for my meal plan, and then I have my day on a page. Now I was using this sort of bullet journal style where I would write down my action list. At the very beginning of the action list, I would also write any events that would happen. So I'd have the events, and then if I wanted to do something for my study, or if there was anything to action, I would write them. So this is what I was using to start off with. As you can see, sometimes I'd be crossing them out as I was getting them done, or I was ticking them. But if I didn't get them done, I would then move them to another day. But at the very bottom of the page, I put a star, which just shows that at the end of the week, I've gone through and I've seen what I did get done that week, and the page has been processed. And then I started using the week on 2 pages. So, sorry, a week on one page with 2 days on a page. So I have the week here, I then date them, I then write down any important time-specific events. I then go over here and then I write down each day, I'll write down, so I'm not wasting so much paper. So this week will sometimes be used for meal planning or anything important. I remind myself, a quote, some notes, anything like that. And then I would write down here any appointments and then my 2 action lists, so things I want to get done that day. And then I'll cross them off or tick them off. I'm still trying to work out which is better, crossing or ticking. But these are just the 2 on one page. And then I started ruling them up myself because I ran out of ink, so I couldn't print them out, but I have got them, I have purchased them so I can print them out to make them a little bit neater. But I just use a gratitude list, and then I have my weekly again, and then my 2 day on a page. I can go into this in a little bit more depth for you guys, just let me know down below. I then also have a habit tracker that I've just started using. At the beginning of the week, I'll sit down and go, what do I want to accomplish today? And then I write it down and then I'll tick it off. As I go through, then I have my gratitude, and then I have my weekly pages. So we'll just skip through all of that because they're all pretty much the same. The next section is my job section. So I've got my own little business, plus I'm also actively trying to secure myself in a job at the moment. So what I've got is I've just got my meeting notes, so any interviews or meetings that I might have, I'll have them all written down there. Then I have my work to do list, so this is anything relating to work that I need to get done. I have got a next action list, but that's for home. This is just for work. So anything that I have to get done that day or have to get anything done that week will go into here. And then I just have some line paper at the very back for some extra notes. The next section is my study section. So in here I've just got my course information, some notes that I've taken. Sorry, this is a little bit hard to sort of keep it up like this. So any notes that I took that I wanted to keep track of. Then I have my study plan. So these are the units that I've got to complete and the order that I've got to complete them in. So I've got the order, the code, and then once it's complete I will tick it off. And then I have my study plan. So this is just a draft of what I plan to do. So I'll have the unit, and then I'll have the topic and the chapter that I'm up to, or the section that I'm up to for what I want to accomplish. So at the beginning of the week I'll sit there and I'll go, okay, I want to do this, 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 and then at the end of the week I'll see if I actually accomplished it. And then I also have my assessment tracker. So I'll have the assessment description, so I'll write the name of the assessment, the research once it's done, ticked, the draft, the final, and then once I've submitted it, just so I can keep track and I'm staying on top of them. And then I just have some lined paper. After that I have my social media section. So in here I've just drawn up my monthlies. So this is where I'm just going to keep track of when I want to post videos, when I want to post on YouTube. And then after that I have got a YouTube tracker. So this is when I'll be tracking the video that I've done, when I've recorded it, edited it, posted, and then the date that I completed it. So they're just tickets and then they're just the dates. And then I've got my Instagram tracker as well, my date and description for the post and whether it was a YouTube post or just a generalized post. And then I've got some quotes and then some filming ideas and some notes. And then I have my finance section, which I'm not going to show you what's in here because I've got some personal information. This is just where I keep track of my budgets, anything that I need to pay regularly, like my water bill, how much that was, and how much, whether I did installment payments, just to keep track of all my bills. So that's just sort of like the fortnightly budget. And this last tab is my event planning section because I'm an event planner. So I won't show you this as well because it's got some personal information for a client. So I just write down my to-do lists, any appointments that we might have, like going and seeing a venue, seeing the caterers, that sort of thing. I just keep it all tracked in here. This notepad came with the Lucky Stars planner. So I just essentially if I need to quickly take a note down and pass it on to someone, I'll just quickly write it down there and then pass it on. So as you can see, I'm finally at plan a piece with the way I do things. I can do a more in-depth video of how I plan, which is on my to-do list. It's just a matter of finding time and being able to get it done. It's a bit of a struggle when you're a working mum and you're trying to fit everything in. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope this video helps you. I will tag down below the YouTubers that I spoke about, some relevant YouTubing videos that I've found for getting things done method. I'll also put down my handles so you can go check out my Instagram. Thank you for watching and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.